So now with the boot open, we can deploy the ramp. Either you can have the ramp down as a ramp for a disabled person to go in the wheelchair, or you can have it flat on the floor as a useful storage area if the person in the wheelchair is not in the car. If you want to put a passenger, don't need your wheelchair passenger, then you can put this out as just a ramp in the back for your luggage or your groceries or whatever. Then in here you've got your two rear wheelchair restraints, and those are pretty substantial looking things compared to the original ones they used to provide. So these are for a greater level of security and safety. With the restraints out the way, now you've got room to get your passenger in. With a heavy manual chair, you can use the clever little and on the side here you've got your seat belt for the wheelchairs. This one here is attached to the roof down there. And then there's the on-off switch there for the wheelchair restraints. So those are the inertial restraints at the front there, which are those two silver looking blocks. And here is the winch, which is useful for pulling in the heavier manual wheelchairs. The electric ones, I guess, would normally just drive in with the belts attached. And the winch controls are here on a useful little van, so you can take them out and control them from outside the van. Car, I should say. There's a useful little 12 volt cigar lighter connector for your electrical equipment. This one has been modified, so we've chosen actually to have 2 seats in the back here, plus room for the wheelchair. So in total you've got 4 seats, plus the wheelchair user. These are both actually fixed, but they also have the ISO, whatever they're called, connections for baby seats, etc. Useful little picnic tables there. A little connector for your USB port down the bottom there, and ventilation. So that's all quite handy. This particular model has electric windows in the back, which is a bonus, and quite a good, clever looking lighting system up here somewhere. Wherever it's gone, there it is. Which is quite useful, particularly on when the darker nights come back again. On the side you've got the sliding doors in the back, which is really useful if you're in a tight spot in a parking space. Very easy to get in and out. Just pull them forward, pull them out, and backwards. And you see, I've already got it mucky, haven't I? We've chosen the automatic car, but it also, you can have it automatic or manual. So if you press manual, then you can use these flappy paddles here to go increase the gears or reduce the gear, just like on your Formula 1 car. And also you can set your cruise control and limit the speed, etc., to save you getting all those horrible parking fines. You can set the lights onto auto, etc., etc. Obviously there's an electronic brake on here, so there's no actual handbrake as such, just puts itself on, turns itself off as required. Then you've got the usual ventilation system and air conditioning. A useful little place for, I don't know what that's for, little tiddly hole. There's also a useful little space here for you to put all your little bits and pieces, hide them away, so that's quite good. And then there's also the usual sort of media centre, so you can plug in your iPhone and then use that to with Google Maps to produce your show you where to go. Quite a nice big display screen. Here we are, as promised. It's quite a nice clear, quite a large display screen, so no doubt that'll be good when you get your sat nav and your iPhone connected and get your navigation set up. Quite nice, clear, dials, etc., etc. This is a 1.5 DCI blue diesel car, so it's actually quite economical. And also I think I've just noticed on here there is the eco button, which is quite handy. So if it's as good as it is on my car, then it does certainly increase the fuel economy. Down here, if your legs are a bit dodgy, it's only about 25, maybe 40 sort of millimeters difference between the top here and the floor panel, so that makes life a bit easier to get in and out. Particularly heavy passenger or got a big load in the back, then it looks as if you can adjust your headlights accordingly, so you can keep them on normal or just adjust them as required. Got lots of vents on here, so you can turn your air conditioning on and everybody is happy. Lots of little places to put your cocoa or whatever, I assume that's what it's for, or your keys. You won't need to access the bonnet of the car that often, but if you do, then the release catch is here in the door frame on the passenger side. So once you open the door, you'll be able to see it quite easily, and just literally lift that up, you'll hear it click. And being old-fashioned like me, you sort of expect to find the release somewhere near the centre by the badge, which would seem obvious. But if you think the badge is there, if you come across and so you've got your badge there, you've come across about 30 centimetres, then you'll put your hand flat under like that, and you'll find you'll find that little flap there, which is what I was pushing up with my fingers, and then the safety strap is there, so you just have to lift that up and put that into position where it's indicated by the big arrow, and then you should be secure. You'll find that the the bonnet has to be pushed up quite high for the stay to be fitted into position. Then when you take it down again, just make sure you put it back in position and it's carefully stowed in that little yellow thin clip there, and that'll stop it getting into the engine or anything silly. And just close the bonnet down carefully. Doesn't shut. Yay, there we are. Just have to get a job of these flexible sort of bonnets. You just have to make sure it's secure and that it's all fitted back in position. Lights on it like most modern cars, what you'd expect. Back here, just to the right of the rear number plate, is a little switch that you just press it and it'll flip open the rear window. Not quite sure what you want the rear window to flip open for, but it's probably useful when the car was a normal 7-seater. So here on the rear, another little feature they've added is this rear view camera, which is brilliant, particularly for parking and making sure there's space for the wheelchair users to be able to get in and out of the vehicle. There's the rear window in the open position, which I suppose is handy if you want to just put the odd bit of luggage in or something, or feed the dog or throw something in. Quite handy for that point of view, I suppose. This is the second wheelchair friendly vehicle we've had from Allied Mobility. It's really, really good conversion, gives you a lot of flexibility, and it drives like a car. So there's a lot more space in this particular one because this is the slightly longer Rifter, which is better for a larger electric wheelchair. Previous Peugeot Horizon Rifter that we had lasted us for 8 years, and it always stopped and always started.